Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam mudirayet nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu Nityaṁ bhāgavata-sevayā bhagavati-uttama-shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtaki Guruve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha Hare Kṛṣṇa Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear worshipable devotees, thank you so much for joining. We are reading Granth Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto number 9, chapter 14, King Purūravā enchanted by Urvaśī. So in the last reading, that was yesterday, we opened up this chapter and read the first 14 verses. How Soma was born, the son of Atri, who was the son of Brahma, and then Soma kidnapped Tara. As a result, this personality was born, whose name was later Buddha, son of moon god. And so let's see further what happens in this chapter from text number 15 onwards. Hare Kṛṣṇa, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Tataha Purūravā jagyehe ilayam ya udāhritaha tasya rūpa guna udārya shīla dravina vikraman shrutvor vasindra bhavani giyamanan shurasina tat antikam uppeyaya devi smara sharardita. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Thereafter, from Buddha to the womb of Ila, a son was born named Purūravā, who was described in the beginning of the 9th canto. When his beauty, personal qualities, magnanimity, behavior, wealth, and power were described by Narada in the court of Lord Indra, the celestial woman Urvaśī was attracted to him. Pierced by the arrow of Cupid, she thus approached him. Hare Kṛṣṇa. So Purūravā had a lot of wonderful qualities: physical beauty, magnanimity, behavior, wealth, power, etc. There's a very fine lesson here. Whatever we hear continuously, we will be attracted to it. Very simple, right? As we see here, Urvaśī heard about Purūravā and was attracted. Now, in the same way, Rukmini heard about Krishna and was greatly attracted. She had not seen Krishna. Here, Urvaśī has not seen Purūravā. She is just hearing the description, the glories of Purūravā, narrated by whom? Narad Muni, in the court of Lord Indra. So Shravanam has a very deep impact on us. If we hear throughout the day about Hollywood stars, Bollywood stars, cricket stars, football stars, basketball stars, so many so-called stars, right? Then we will be attracted to them. Very simple. And it has a very, very deep effect actually. I was hearing one lecture that one lady was, so much big fan of a Brazilian football star. Her child born had very similar, complexion, features, and traits for that star, for that Brazilian guy. And she is in US, a white lady, and even the doctors could not really understand how this. Basically, the hearing here, and when we hear deeply, when we hear with rapt attention, it goes in our mind, it goes in our heart, it goes in our consciousness, subconsciousness, and it will have that effect. And what is that effect? Iha mali seche nitya shravanadi jala, taha vistarita hane phale prema phala. The gardener, mali seche shravan adi jala. And the gardener is doing sichai, watering with shravan adi jala, arthat, reading, hearing, chanting, etc. Taha vistarita. Taha means in the spiritual world, the seed will sprout and will grow and will grow and go back all the way to the spiritual world. And the fruit of love of Godhead will be offered the lotus feet of Lord. So Prabhupada emphasizes a lot on Shravan. And the Shravan can be misutilized also. And we see the impact here. Ravana was also doing Shravana. We read 2-3 chapters back. But he was hearing to enjoy Mother Sita in lusty propensity. So his lust grew. So Shravan has a very important effect, the sound vibration, the oral reception. Now, about whom we hear, from whom we hear, that will have the impact. If we hear about ordinary people, then we'll be attracted to them. If we hear about Krishna, then we'll be attracted to Krishna like Rukmini. So the choice of hearing is again on us. So we must carefully make that choice and hear about the Supreme Lord. Text number 17. Anyone? Putting it together. Let's read.
Can I read?
Sure. Go ahead.
Can you put the Sanskrit?
Sanskrit? Oh, okay. Go. Sure.
Okay. Yeah. Mitra Varuna Yoho Shapada Panna Naralokatam Nishmaya Purusha Shreshtham Kadan Parmiva Rupinam Drutim Vishtabhya Lalana Upatasthe Tadat Nintake Satam Vilokya Drupati Harsheno Tatful Lochanah Uvacha Shranya Vacha Devim Rushta Tanu Nuraha. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. The Bhaktivedanta Swami ki jai. Srila Prabhupada, right, Prabhuji? Can you teach me how to say that?
Yeah, you can simply say translation by Srila Prabhupada.
Ki jai. Okay, perfect. Having been cursed by Mitra and Varuna, the celestial woman Urvaśī had acquired the habits of human being. Therefore, upon seeing Purūravā, the best of males, whose beauty resembled that of Cupid, she controlled herself and then approached him. When King Purūravā saw Urvaśī, his eyes became jubilant in the ecstasy of joy, and the hairs of his body stood on end. With mild, pleasing words, he spoke to her as follows. Back to you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhu. So basically, both were attracted to each other by the physical glamour, beauty, etc. And that's what happens. I think at this point we discussed yesterday also. love at first sight, divorce at first fight. No one, no matter how beautiful they may be in the present, the beauty will fade away, right? Even the Miss World, Mr. World, all these big Miss Universe, I don't know if people from other universes also come to compete there. They say Miss Universe, right? But the point is that Prabhupada says actually the beauty of the best of the male or the female in this world, earthly planet, is equivalent to like a frog in the celestial planet. So they just concoct. As per the scriptures, their beauty is like a frog in front of the celestial damsels. But they say Miss Universe. Anyways, the point is, today someone could be most beautiful, someone could be very wealthy, but do we know who was the Miss Universe 30 years back? Who was the most wealthy 30 years back? Who was the most wealthy 60 years back? We don't know that person's name, right? Keeps changing. Who was the prime minister of president of the US 50 years back? We don't know, right? Today we may know the name, okay, he or she may be famous personality, but their fame, their beauty, their wealth, everything is very flimsy. And it will just be in moments of time, it will go. But so we should understand that if I'm attracted to the things of the world, how much more attractive will be the Supreme Lord? Yad yad vibhuti mat sattvam Śrīmad urjitam eva tat eva avagachyatvam mamat amsha, what's that? Amsha teja sambhavam. Everything is a spark of my splendor, Krishna says. The most intelligent person is a very insignificant spark of Krishna's splendor. The most wealthy person is an insignificant spark of Krishna's wealth. The most beautiful person is an insignificant spark of Krishna's beauty. So how much more beautiful, wealthy, famous, powerful our dear Lord Krishna is. So we should be attracted to them. And we should see things in relation to him. Then our attraction should develop more towards Krishna. So let's see, when both of them were infatuated with each other. This happens actually, I've seen that actually in my own, I don't want to say it here, but people say, they say fall in love, right? In this way, I have fallen in love actually. We really fall down. So we fall in lust actually. And then the people say, one of my own cousin, acquaintance actually, then says, no, I'll marry him only. I will die, but I'll marry him only. Same on the boy side, I'll die, but I'll marry him. Now, what do parents have on you? No option, no choice, nothing. What can they do? Otherwise, they'll take some wrong step. They have to just, and 2 years later, there was some disagreement. There will be a fight, no matter who we are. When two utensils are together, they will clash. Very simple. Whether you're a devotee, non-devotee, or one partner devotee, or Indian or American, all these things are secondary. There will be arguments. We have to learn to tolerate, learn to adjust, learn to accommodate. But those things are missing. Things appear very rosy, cozy in the first few months, and then things are not good. Therefore, so many marriages end up in divorce based on the flimsy platform. So we should be very careful and be aware of how powerful the lust is. Let's see what happens further. Yes, Vipul Prabhu, you want to read this one?
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Kṛṣṇa devotees, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Śrīla Prabhupada. Text 19. Shri Vacho Śvagatam te vada rohe ashratam karo bhamakim shamaram sha maya shakham rutirnau shashvato shamaha. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Vijay. King Purūravā said, "O most beautiful woman, you are welcome. Please sit here and tell me what I can do for you. You may enjoy with me as long as you desire. Let us pass our life happily in a sexual relationship." Back to Puji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. So, Raja, here Raja is the King Purūravā, who was his father? Anyone remembers?
Buddha.
Buddha. Yes. Very nice. And so here our mind tricks us. Bhagavad Gita, the fundamental teaching is 522. Yehi sansparshada bhoga dukkha yoniva evate adi antavantu konteya na teshu ramate buddha. The pleasures derived from senses have beginning and end. Adi antavanta. Na teshu. The intelligent people do not take part in those. Basic fundamental, we recently read in the Bhagavad Gita also. But when one's mind and senses are captivated with passion and lust, then the goodness is gone. Right? It is said that in a Bhagavatam class, 1 minute appears to be like 1 hour. But when someone is sitting with their lover, boyfriend, girlfriend, 1 hour seems to be like 1 minute. Right? It's all a matter of interest and taste. For devotees, for Shukdev Goswami, 7 days passed, he didn't feel like no eating, no drinking, no water, nothing. So much love he had towards Krishna and Bhagavatam. But for non-devotees, hearing 7 minutes of Bhagavatam is a very big thing. Movies, 3 hours, easily they'll sit and rapt attention. Bhagavatam, as soon as Bhagavatam starts, Mala starts chanting, sleep will come. So it's a matter of choice. It's a matter of developing a habit. It's a matter of interest. So they had this idea. So let's see what happened. What did Urvaśī say? Vaswati Mataji. It's a very special day. It's Vaswati Mataji's birthday today. Very happy Krishna conscious birthday, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Happy Krishna conscious birthday, Mataji.
Thank you, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Please bless me. Will I read, Prabhuji?
Yes, let's read. Let's hear from you this wonderful verse. Please read.
Dhanyavad Pranam devotees. Ambarishta Srila Prabhupada, text 20. Urvaśī uvacha kasyastvayina sajjate mano drishtischa shundara yat angantaram asyadya chayavate hariram saya. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. Urvaśī replied, "O most handsome man, who is the woman whose mind and sight would not be attracted by you? If a woman takes shelter of your chest, she cannot refuse to enjoy with you in a sexual relationship." Purport: when a beautiful man and a beautiful woman unite together and embrace one another, how within these 3 worlds can they check their sexual relationship? Therefore, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam 7.9.45 says, Yan maithunadi grahamedi sukham hi tucham. Back to you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Prabhupada is quoting this nice verse from Canto 7. I think this is the what is speaking. Sex life is compared to rubbing of the two hands to relieve an itch. Graham-medis. Medha means intelligence, right? Sumedhasa, medha. Griha-medha means their intelligence is only focused on their house and the householders, right? I, me, my property, my home, my garden, my car, my iPhone, iPad, I, my. So-called grihastas. They're not really grihastas. They are griha-medis who have no spiritual knowledge. Think that itching is the greatest platform of happiness, although it is a source of distress. 522 Bhagavad Gita. The Kripanas, the fools who are just the opposite of the Brahmanas, less intelligent, who are not satisfied by repeated sense enjoyment. Those who are dhira, however, who are sober, who tolerate this itching, are not subjected to the sufferings of fools and rascals. Hare Kṛṣṇa. So, in short, one should not indulge in irregulated sex life. That's the lesson. Because it's a loss of one's precious energy, time, intelligence. Marriage is not a license to sex, as we discussed in the Bhagavad Gita also. It is a platform to gradually uplift ourselves. So, by having Krishna conscious children and by taking the responsibility to raise them in a Krishna conscious way, by focusing on our bhakti, by focusing on a regulated life, we discussed this regulation in eating, regulation in sleeping, regulation in recreation, regulation in sex life, regulation in all the habits. Yoga bhavati dukkha. That person can be a yogi. That person can be a devotee, a transcendentalist. If one's life is unregulated, then materially one will not be successful. There's a very nice book by His Holiness Danavir Maharaj, who quotes multiple, not devotees, but the modern scientists, like who are very like Pythagoras, and they also say that brahmacharya is very important for the book is titled Brain Gain or Brain Drain. Brain gain or brain drain. We know that when this powerful energy is retained, there are multiple lectures also on this topic. It goes up and nourishes our brain to help us develop spiritual medha. But when this powerful energy, which has the energy to give birth, is drained in irregulated affairs, then this is a loss of brain, loss of one's health, loss of one's energy, loss of one's vitality, loss of one's morale, loss of physically, mentally, emotionally. One will be drained and one will not be happy. One will not be happy. This is the conclusion of all the great souls and even the modern people. So, in short, coming back to this point that Prabhupada is quoting, this is tuchha sukha. Tuchha sukha. Why should we take pleasure in tuchha sukha? Tuchha means low class. Why don't we take pleasure in the topmost sukha? Susukham kartum abhyayam, in Krishna, in Bhakti, in Bhagavan. That's a real happiness. And that is unparalleled. It continues, keeps increasing. The joy of bhakti keeps increasing. So, intelligent person thinks for himself, herself, and makes the right choice. Again, Prabhupada is also mentioning it's not easy to overcome, but with practice and determination, it is possible. Any other comments anyone wants to add or correct?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. I also want to say happy appearance day to Bhaswati Mataji. And with your permission, I would like to ask everybody one question. Who is the mother of Purūravā? Anybody wants to answer?
Hila.
Right. So this is very amazing that he's from sun god and moon god, both the biggest dynasty. Purūravā is coming in that lineage. And later we see that Lord Krishna is born in that dynasty, I believe. And still he is affected by lust. So I just wanted to add that lust is so strong. Back to you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mataji. You want to read the next verse?
Yes, Prabhu. Dandavas. Text 21. Etavuranakko rajan nyaso rakshasva manada samsaryasya bhavata sakam kshlagyaha srīnavaram smrita. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. My dear King Purūravā, please give protection to these two lambs who have fallen down with me. Although I belong to the heavenly planets and you belong to earth, I shall certainly enjoy sexual union with you. I have no objection to accepting you as my husband, for you are superior in every respect. Purport. As stated in Brahma Samhita 5.40, Yasya prabha prabhavato jagadanda koti kautishvak ashesha vasudhadi vibhuti bhinnam. There are various planets and various atmospheres within the universe. This universe. The atmosphere of the heavenly planet, from which Urvaśī descended after being cursed by Mitra and Varuna, was different from the atmosphere of this earth. Indeed, the inhabitants of the heavenly planets are certainly far superior to the inhabitants of earth. Nonetheless, Urvaśī agreed to remain the consort of Purūravā, although she belonged to a superior community. A woman who finds a man with superior qualities may accept such a man as her husband. Similarly, if a man finds a woman who is from an inferior family but who has good qualities, he can accept such a brilliant wife, as advised by Śrī Caitanya-caritāmṛta. Śrī Ratnam Dukshkalat Api. The combination of male and female is worthwhile if the qualities of both are on an equal level. So here Urvaśī is accepting him as a husband, which is very interesting. So there is at least a Vedic system is followed, Varnashram Dharma is followed for their union. She's also, of course, free spirit apsaras in the heavenly planets are supposed to be like that. And she is saying that these two lambs you have to take care of. And very important Prabhupada quotes from Chanakya Niti, which is considered to be by product coming from based on Vidura Niti. So Niti Shastra. These are guidelines, not like laws. And so supposed to be that what combinations of husband and wife can make life successful, because for a Grahastha family to work, there has to be certain guidelines for that. And it tends to be that husband tends to lead the family and wife tends to be the nurturer. Husband will be disciplining the family and wife will be nurturer, and wife will be subservient in that aspect. So although she would be intelligent enough, but of course she would accept husband as the person who is more into spiritual activities, more into leading the worldly interactions, and thus making money and stuff like that. Back to you, Prabhu. Please add. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mataji. I like the last line here. The combination of male and female is worthwhile if the qualities are equal level. So it's a very good principle. As far as possible, Prabhupada encourages this to be followed in the marriages. Because there will be a problem if someone is too high and someone is too low. There will be problems there. Whether it's the level of their intelligence, whether it's the level of their culture, whether it's the level of their socioeconomic background, there will be problems. Of course, we cannot always find it's not always dot match. There will, but the qualities, the main thing is qualities here. So the quality should be similar. For example, someone is, let's say, very clean, punctual, timely, organized person, and the other person is totally opposite. Do you think they'll have a lot of clashes? Absolutely, right? So therefore, it's good actually one should try to understand, and devotees give counseling on this matter, premarital questions, what to ask, how to understand these things. And actually, in the olden days, the parents would judge all these things, by understanding visiting their home, seeing their home, and asking the right question. The parents would do that task. So it's very important. Otherwise, of course, marriage is kind of like a gamble. One devotee said it's kind of a gamble, which it is. But at least we can do our part. Of course, all of you are already married, but you may be helping someone to get married, or your kids may get married in the future, and stuff like that. So let's read the next verse, text 22.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Can I read?
Yes, please, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna devotees, Dandavad Pranam, of Krishna Prabhupada. Nityaṁ me vira bhakshamsyan nekshe tvayan yatra maitu punat vivasam tatheti pratipade mahamana. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Urvaśī said, "My dear hero, only preparation made in ghee, preparations made in ghee, clarified butter will be my eatables, and I shall not want to see you naked at any time except at the time of sexual intercourse." The great-minded King Purūravā accepted these proposals. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. So, high class, right? High class. Ghritam. Only ghee preparations. So, she had interesting kind of prerequisites. 2 lambs, you have to protect these 2 lambs. You have to protect, I will only eat preparations with ghee, etc. So nowadays, there is nothing is pure. Ghee also is adulterated, everything is adulterated. So interesting. Let's see if Purūravā could satisfy or made some mistake there. So let's see. Text 23. Prabhu, you want to read?
Sure, I can read. Hare Krishna devotees, text 23. Aho rupam aho bhavo naraloka vimohanam kona swe sveta manujo devim tvam swayam agatam. Translation and purport by Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Purūravā replied, "O beautiful one, your beauty is wonderful and your gestures are also wonderful. Indeed, you are attractive to all human society. Therefore, since you have come of your own accord from the heavenly planets, who on earth would not agree to serve a demigoddess such as you?" Purport. It appears from the words of Urvaśī that the standard of living, eating, behavior, and speech are all different on the heavenly planets from the standards on this planet Earth. The inhabitants of the heavenly planets do not eat such abominable things as meat and eggs. Everything they eat is prepared in clarified butter. Nor do they like to see either men or women naked, except at the time of sexual intercourse. To live naked or almost naked is uncivilized. But on this planet Earth, it has now become fashionable to dress half naked. And sometimes those like hippies live completely naked. Indeed, there are many clubs and societies for this purpose. Such conduct is not allowed, however, on the heavenly planets. The inhabitants of the heavenly planets, aside from being very beautiful, both in complexion and bodily features, are well-behaved and long-living, and they eat first-class food in goodness. These are some of the distinctions between the inhabitants of the heavenly planets and the inhabitants of Earth. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. This purport is very important to give contrast between the lifestyles of the lower or the middle planets and the upper planets. And Prabhupada is giving such practical points that these days everyone wants to expose their bodies by wearing shorter clothes and naked and practically, to expose their body to attract opposite sex, or to show that I have a better body or better color of skin. This is all very low class. This is not high class, actually. The heavenly citizens, their body is million times more beautiful, but they don't expose it. Because if we expose our body, Prabhupada mentions other places will become a tree, because trees don't wear clothes. But human beings are not supposed to live like trees. What's that? Damodar Lila, Nalkuver Manigriva, classic example. They were exposing their bodies, didn't cover their body. When Narad Muni came, became trees. Of course, the curse of Narad Muni is a blessing. They became trees in the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj, witnessing all the pastimes. But the lesson is important, that one will become trees, or one will basically take lower species of animals. So, in short, one should live a life in mode of goodness, eat first-class food, behave first-class, cover their bodies, etc. Any other comments? Any additions anyone has? Okay. Hasn't got a chance yet to read. Lakshmi Mataji, you want to read?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, all devotees. Text 24. Taya Shapurusha Sreshto Ramayantya Yata Arhataha Rame Sura Vihareshu Kamam Chaitra Ratu Adishu. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Sukadev Goswami continued. The best of human beings, Purūravā, began freely enjoying the company of Urvaśī, who engaged in sexual activities with him in many celestial places such as Chaitra Radha and Nandana Kanana, where the demigods enjoy. Back to you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So yeah, basically he agreed to all the proposals. Okay, yes, 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 whatever you say, yes. Because at that time, one thinks, oh, live, we will live happily together ever after. That's the thought. But we all know it never happens. And we'll see. Did it happen in case of Purūravā? Was he an exception? We'll see. But at that point, he just said, yes, this list, all the yes, 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 checkbox, all the conditions, yes, 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 yes. Intelligence is lost at that point, right? We discussed that. Jayate Vishwan Puncha Sangasti Shukujayate Sangat Sanjayate Kama, Kama Krodam Jayate, Krodat Bhavati Sammoha, illusion, attachment, intense passion, Sammoha Smriti Brahmasam, Smriti Vibrama. The memory, intelligence is gone. Buddhi Nasha. Whatever you say, I will do it. So, okay. And you will see later what happens to him. And let's read till one more verse. And let me pause. Prabhu, you want to read this one?
Yes, Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna devotees, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Text 25. Rama manastaya debya padma kinjalka gandhaya tan mukham moda ushito mumure ahar ganan bohun. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Urvaśī's body was as fragrant as the saffron of a lotus. Being enlivened by the fragrance of her face and body, Purūravā enjoyed her company for many days with great jubilation. Hare Krishna Prabhu, back to you.
Any comments, Prabhu? Any thoughts?
So here we can see that attraction comes from the example given here, like the fragrance and everything. So those things are all perishable. Like those things are not like always be present or transcendental, or like which Krishna's body fragrance is transcendental. I mean, so never perishable, never destroyed, and not influenced by anything. So that's the difference when in the material world we are attracted to, I personally attracted to perishable things, those who are short-lived, and then we get into trouble. Hare Krishna Prabhu, back to you.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Another difference between the celestial denizens and the people of this world. People of this world put fragrances to cover the foul odor, right? But the spiritual denizens, we have discussed that in the story of Gajendra also, that when they come, they enter the water gets fragrant, right? So that's they don't use perfumes and stuff like that. Their body is naturally so fragrant, without any chemicals, without any perfumes and stuff. Unlike the people of the world, this world. So to discuss this point, when a person is doing what is lucrative to them, they lose track of time. So we have discussed this in multiple stories. The story of Yati, the story of even Karda Muni and Devhuti. They also was mentioned that time, one loses track of time. Talking to one's so-called lover, one will spend hours and hours and hours, right? And one will think, oh, I just started the conversation, right? One will talk whole night. They'll keep talking, hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours. But the same, to like read one shloka of Bhagavad Gita, it takes 2 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. Sorry, I'm busy. So basically, they were busy in the bodily pleasures for a very long time. And we'll see what happens further tomorrow. But I thought today is Baswati Mataji's birthday. The next 10 minutes, we can take this opportunity to glorify wonderful devotees like our Grace Baswati Mataji, who is a very nice devotee and very, very sweet singer of devotional kirtans and bhajans. So I won't go first. I would like devotees to, everyone can share 1 or 2 points, so everyone can get chance whoever would like to speak. So the next 10 minutes we can, because Krishna is more happy to see his glory, his devotees being glorified. So, and days like birthdays are a great opportunity to do that. Nandini Mataji is ready, so we'll start with Grace Nandini Mataji, please.
Thank you, Vaswati Mataji. Thank you for your eagerness to always read Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam and your eagerness to sing glories of Krishna, and always such a some simple, humble mood. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you. Hare Kṛṣṇa.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you
so much.
Please pray for me, Mataji, so that I can become a good devotee.
Very well. Sudhir Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Baswati Mataji, Dandat Pranam, all those to Srila Prabhupada. Very happy Krishna conscious birthday, Mataji. I pray for you. You're a wonderful devotee, as Mataji Prabhuji said. You know, we love your kirtans, and you sing from your heart. When you sing, you know, you sing from your heart, and you're very humble. And whatever the service, you know, he is given, you do it with your heart, and you coordinate very well. You know, anything is given to you, you take it so nicely, Mataji. You are a very wonderful inspiration for all of us. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. I got all the inspirations from devotees like you. Very nice family, Prabhuji, you, Mataji, and 2 kids. Amazing. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Sudhir Prabhu. I think Vipul Prabhu kind of maybe had to step out due to something, but if anyone else want to say a few words,
I can say,
please, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, happy Krishna conscious birthday. Thank you for your association, wonderful kirtans. You're such a melodious voice. And I'm also very fortunate that you live close by. So you're like a daughter to me in a way, always calling me and looking after me in a way. So I'm very grateful to that. So again, a very happy Krishna conscious birthday to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, we're also very lucky to have you in our nearby community. Prabhuji, thank you so much for your association to pray for us, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Wonderful. Anyone else wants to say a few words?
Sure. Hare Krishna Mataji. Very happy birthday to you. Sorry, I do not know you personally. However, since you are in this amazing group, so definitely you are the best. And I hope that you become a great devotee of Krishna. And please help me and others as well to become a great devotees of Krishna. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you, Raj Prabhuji. Very nice meeting you. And please pray for us, Prabhuji. And I'm also very lucky to have this association through Shubhabilash Prabhuji. He's a great teacher for us. And he's giving every day these classes, like 7 days a week. And it's really amazing. I'm very grateful to him and all the devotees here. Hare Krishna.
An amazing devotee. For those who may not know Vyas Prabhu got to know about the Bhagavatam group through the YouTube videos and got connected to the WhatsApp group, and just maybe a week or 2 back or 2 weeks back, and he lives in Ontario, Canada with his family and parents. So we're very blessed to have you, Prabhu, in our little Sangha here on Zoom world. So, thank you. Yes, Vipul Prabhu, you want to say a few words? Hare Krishna Saraswati Mataji on the birthday.
Not few words, Prabhuji, many words. Hare Krishna devotees. So Bashamaji, happy Krishna's birthday. The first Bhagavatam class we had at our house in 2017 December, I still remember. Since then, Mataji so consistent in attending Bhagavatam class. I missed sometimes, but Mataji always present there. I know she works in and out, means she works full-time outside, full-time inside, maintaining house, taking of the cars, everything. But she makes her time out to attend Bhagavatam class every day and other spiritual activities. So my hats off. I don't know how she does it, one-handed everything, but it's a great lesson for me. Even I'm not that busy like her, and great inspiration to attend all the spiritual activities that Shubhabilash takes for us in person or to the Zoom. So, and Mataji's voice is a celestial voice for Kirtan that is unparalleled. So nice family, bringing up a nice family with Krishna consciousness. His son is a great friend of my kids, and they're growing together, learning from each other. So Mataji and Mataji's family is asset for our ISKCON Tampa family, and we're blessed. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dhanyavad Pranam. Thank you, Prabhuji, for your kind words. I am not at all eligible for what you said, Prabhuji, but I will try my best. Please pray for me. And you are such a wonderful devotee. I cannot, the same way, I cannot say a few words about you. I have to say Lord. But Prabhuji, thank you so much, your association, and for your association. And I will keep myself, try to keep myself busy in spiritual activities, though I have so many material constraints in life. But I will try my best, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. I think Babu Prabhu wants to say something.
Hare Krishna Mataji. I'm happy Krishna conscious birthday. And as Bipul Prabhu mentioned, your melodious voice, we can feel the devotional feeling when we listen your kirtan. And definitely your kids class, Lakshay attend, and all the kirtan. Definitely, we have to thank from the entire family that your service, and happy Krishna conscious birthday, Mataji. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Wow.
Your son is amazing, Prabhuji. Lakshay Babu is amazing kid. Thank you all for your service, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
I think the news is spreading like wildfire and everyone is joining all the way. So then Prabhu wants to say something. And Prabhu, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavad Pranam. Happy Krishna Conscious birthday, Mataji. We are so blessed to have your association.
Hello, Hare Krishna devotees. Happy Krishna conscious birthday to Bhashati Mataji. She is like a big sister for me, and she always encourages me for everything. Whatever I do, I love her very much, because even I do some kirtan, she texts me personally. I liked your kirtan. Like this, like a family love I always feel from Mataji. She is very special to all of us, and she is very sincere, very dedicated to Krishna consciousness, always ready to serve. She is a big inspiration for me, at least. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.
Allah wants to glorify Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Krishna Mataji. Thank you so much for your kind words, Mataji. You are amazing Chaitanya.
Hari Bol, Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hari
Happy
Bol.
birthday. Happy birthday. Mihira.
Hare Krishna, Nihan, Bapu. Thank you, Nanda. Thank you, Tisha. Thank you so much.
Birthday today. So Hare Krishna Mataji, happy birthday.
Hare Krishna Mataji and happy birthday.
Thank you, Nihira. Thank you so much. I'm so happy seeing you all.
Neither got her hair back.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I'm so happy today. I feel I'm very special servant of all of you today.
You're a special master.
Yeah, we are your servants, Mataji.
Kuldeep Prabhu, you want to say, and then Bankim Prabhu also joins. I think Sudhir Prabhu is doing the magic.
Oh, I see.
All Mataji's magic, Prabhuji. Mataji's Kirtan magic.
Sudhir Prabhuji always. Like, Prabhuji's.
Kuldeep Prabhu, Bankim Prabhu, want to say something?
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanavad Pranam. Happy Krishna conscious birthday, Vasudhi Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. I was missing you, Prabhuji.
Yeah, but
कुछ बंगला में सुनाओ प्रभु कुछ बंगला में सुनाओ
I was missing you. Just kidding.
really we inspiring of your service. We always follow your service because you do amazing service, kirtan, other all those spiritual service. Please bless us so we can do same like you.
Mumkinda, you are so humble. Like, please, Dandavat Pranam to your feet or your divine feet. I am very impressed about all your service. You are amazing, amazing, and amazing.
No, we are not. I'm not doing enough service to Lord Krishna, but you guys doing a lot of service.
That's your
Happy Krishna Krishna birthday to you. Hare Krishna.
Oh, Kuldeep Prabhu, want to say something?
Yeah. Happy Krishna Krishna's birthday, Mataji. So your bhajans and kirtan is always so blissful and from the heart, and we are so fortunate. Like this is Tampa is the first place where we have so many Bengali devotees, and all are like special mercy of Lord Chaitanya for this wonderful kirtan, and which we like the most. Like so, and your kirtans are always from the heart, Mataji. So it is so nice to hear your kirtans, and we'll pray that we hear more and more kirtans, and you have more energy, good health, and all the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Happy Krishna conscious birthday, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much. You are so humble devotees. I'm so glad. I'm so happy. I'm feeling so blessed. I'm your servant, Mataji. Thank you.
Mataji, we are missing the cake, Mataji.
Oh yes, Prabhuji. Sure, we'll have one day.
So, Mataji, can we come tomorrow for cake?
Sure, Mataji, please come. You're always welcome, Mataji.
Yeah, sure.
Rama is also wants cake. Rama has come for cake.
Yeah. You want cake? Then you have to tell.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanavat Pranam, first to Srila Prabhupada, you bless me with spiritual knowledge. Happy Krishna conscious birthday.
Thank you, Lord Prabhu.
Ask
I'm so-
Mataji to bless with the Kirtan knowledge also.
Yes, Mataji.
You already have big Kirtan here, Rama Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Very
Mataji,
sweet
please bless
devotee.
all of us.
Thank you, Prabhuji, Mataji. I'm so happy. Thank you. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, and thank you for your association, and happy Krishna conscious birthday to you. And I always see you in this group, and many people's home also I have seen you. Hopefully I will have opportunity one day to meet you personally.
Sure.
And we pray for the Lord, so Lord Krishna will fulfill all your desire. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you for your association and all your prayers and blessings, Prabhuji. You are very humble, wonderful devotees. Every day you join the Bhagavatam class and ask questions to Prabhuji. You are very sincere, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for your association. I learned a lot from all of you. Thank you.
I just echo what everyone said so far. As in the words of Kunti Maharani, Janma Ishwarya Shruta Shri Bhiyedamana Adhakumanyava Bhartiya Vidhatum Tvam Akinchana Gocharam. The person who is materially puffed up with name, fame, wealth, pride, etc., cannot really call out the names of Lord with feeling. Because the Lord is Akinchana Gocharam. The Lord can be easily obtained by one who calls his name from the heart. And actually, Mataji, we all genuinely see that when you call the holy names of the Lord in the form of kirtans, in the form of Vaishnava bhajans, it's not to please someone, or it's not to gather name, fame, adoration. It's to only please Krishna. It's to only sincerely, like a child, Prabhupada says, like a child cries out for the mother or the father, I am lost, Krishna, help me out. That's your sincere mood and devotion, which is very evident in your bhajans, in your kirtans, and in every act of life. You're always eager for seva, whether any program, any occasion, you always want to do your best. And as Rupa Goswami says that in the path of bhakti, one should accept what's favorable and one should reject what's unfavorable. And I've seen that over the course of time in the last 2-3 years. And I'm sure everyone has witnessed that you have accepted all the things which are favorable for bhakti and given up all the things which are not conducive to bhakti. That only a sincere sadhaka who has a genuine eagerness to develop Krishna prem, to develop devotion to Sri Guru and Krishna will only do so. That means you're showing every day with your example that Krishna, I really want you and you and you only. Mama janmani janmani ishwar bhavatad bhaktira hetu ketu. I only want your devotion. I'm not practicing this for anything else. So this is all seen in your noble example, Mataji. And we are all very, very blessed. Especially I feel very blessed to have such wonderful association of devotee like you, who has so much love for Krishna, who is trying to sincerely serve Krishna, and the family keeping Krishna as the center. I see you always want to bring your friends, neighbors, to invite them to your home, to give them some form of bhakti, either through kirtan, either through prasad, either through the books. You're always eager, and so many devotees you have inspired in the New Tampa and in the Tampa community by your example. Even in office, I recollect you mentioned you gave books to multiple people. Even at the monthly Sankirtan festivals, I have seen you multiple times distributing books, prasad, and with so much enthusiasm. Because one who has something can only give something. Very simple. A beggar cannot give alms to the other person. So you have that genuine eagerness to please Guru and Krishna, the genuine devotional service, so you're able to pass it on to others. So we just pray that may Lord Krishna, Lord Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra Maharani, Shri Krishna Balaram, Gaur Nitai, Shri Narsingha, Shri Prahlad Maharaj, Shri Radha Madhav, Shri Ashtasakhi, Shri Panchatattva, shower their unlimited choicest blessings profusely upon you and all your family members, your extended family, your friends, relatives, and anyone and everyone connected to you. That may all be healthy, happy, and Krishna conscious, both physically, mentally, emotionally, and most important, spiritually. And may you all develop Krishna Prem, which is the goal of human form of life, and go back home, back to Godhead after completing your duties and services in this life. So anyone and everyone who agrees with the prayer in part or full can unmute your microphones and 3 times we loudly chant Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Sati Mataji ki jai.
Jai. Hare Krishna, Mataji, happy birthday again. Hari Bol.
Dandavat pranam to all of you. Let us speak, Prabhuji. Let's pray for me. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, we have to sing Hare Krishna to you. We forgot.
Sure, let's do it, bro.
Hare
Krishna to you.
Hare
Krishna to you. Hare Krishna to Bhakti Mataji. Hare Krishna to.
May you never take the birth again. May you never take the birth
again. Never take birth again.
And go back to Goloka. Haribo!
Haribo!
Thank you.
Prahlad is also doing Mridanga now.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhupada ki jai. Raj Bhagavatam Purana ki jai. Samveta Gaur Bhaktavinda ki jai. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripasindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo. Hare Bol, thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.